It's Friday night. We're here to talk some tech news. We got Mike from SimplyYourDevice. What's going on, Mike? And
hey.
George, MobileGeezer.
Yep. How are you, folks?
And I'm Will. I'm laughing at Nigel in the comments.
I get comments over
You're
there.
making fun of our subscribers.
Yeah. So what's going on, y'all? Anybody grab the new 10?
Not a chance.
I know Will has it on back order right now.
I tried, man. I tried last week. I told y'all.
Yes, you did. Yes,
And even today, though, I went to Best Buy, and I think they had like 2 that were free, but they were gone when I got there. But their trade-in thing wasn't the same. They were only giving $550 for the trade-in, and I was like, no. So yeah,
Mike, you know he's going to end up with it at some point.
Nope.
Yeah.
Stop, George. Stop.
No, return it and then get the Pixel.
I'm not.
And you might keep it then. Because the Apple phone might be teasing him too.
That's true. That's very true.
You see what Six said, right? Now, how do I show these comments on the thing, George?
You click on them, I think.
Just click it. There you go.
There you go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You, Mike, calling you.
Okay. I know. I agree. I agree. That red is hot.
A comment. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That red is hot.
I told him.
Yeah.
Six, Mike knows if there's a red phone out, he's getting it. He might already have it. He might be like Marquez and Mr. Mobile. Got the phone for a week already. Did your review. You just ain't put it out yet.
So we're saying Mike is all ready for the red.
Yeah. Okay. Nigel doesn't want the Note 10. Wow.
Oh, we got Eleanor in here.
Hey, Eleanor.
Guy, you know.
So I know Will's going to get it.
I know. Tell us in the Telegram room. He's got it. He posted a few pics. I don't know if y'all seen them. Camera looks good.
Yeah.
I think he did the Samsung deal, so he got a pretty good deal for it.
Well, Will, we were discussing this on the way home from coming to work. I kind of like second guess. I'm not all about this Note. If I want a new Samsung flagship right now, I'm still calling out on the S10 Plus, because in reality is who among us is really going to use that pen for what it's meant to do.
That's why I don't.
Mike, this is the thing. Like I was telling you, the problem with that is Samsung hasn't dropped the price on the S10 Plus. It's still $999.
It hasn't changed at all?
No. And the fingerprint scanner, from what I'm hearing and seeing, the fingerprint scanner on the Note is faster. The fingerprint scanner would make me not want the, you know what I mean? The regular S10, unless it was real cheap. Like to be able to get the Note 10 Plus for $500, I would have to be able to get the S10 Plus for cheaper than that. New.
I know. And I say, folks, Black Friday. That's all I got to say. And I wouldn't put it past Samsung to have a little like 24-hour burner sale. Like a little something come in and it's going to be hot, heavy, and one like only a few hours.
That's possible.
Now it's just like Six just said. When the iPhone comes out and then Black Friday, Samsung is going to drop new colors or something to make,
right?
Which is dumb.
Well, not just the color. I think they're going to have a sale, a flash sale. That's what it's called, a flash sale.
Yeah.
And between now and Black Friday, and wait till Black Friday, I'm telling you. And then the end of all this, the S10 Plus, I think is the phone to get personally. I really do.
Mike,
you're not going to use it. You said yourself it has the same camera. It has the same camera.
Listen.
Where are you going to use the S Pen?
Yeah, but listen.
Why
It depends. No, look, Mike, listen, it depends. It depends on
enjoying the show.
It depends on how cheap the S10 is. If it's only $100 less and I can get 12 gigs of RAM, a faster,
Oh, come on, you're going to use all 12 gigs of RAM. You're going to use all that.
I'm not.
You said yourself.
Mike, listen to me.
You get a headphone jack, expandable storage.
Mike hates Samsung this week.
I'm telling you.
Mike,
I'm
hold
telling
on.
you,
Hold on.
S10
Listen,
plus.
Mike, listen.
Pat, you get an S10 plus. We're
Mike,
both getting it. Buy one, get one free. Probably get a BOGO right now from T-Mobile.
T-Mobile has the BOGO.
Right.
Their BOGO started today. So go get it for Pat. But listen, if you get for $100.
Pat doesn't use the S Pen at all.
But listen, you don't have to use the S Pen.
If she's listening, I'm surprised she ain't typing.
If the price is that close, I don't care if I never take the S Pen out. If I'm getting, you know what I mean, a bigger screen, just a newer phone with a bigger battery, the potential for faster charging, even though I got to buy the thing,
the extra, yeah.
I would go with that.
Nobody's complaining. Listen, hold up. If
the price is only, that's what I'm saying.
So
if the price
people
is only,
reviews are saying the charger is already quick enough.
If the price is only $100 different, though, I would rather have the newer. That's like me buying an iPhone 10 for $500, but I can get the XS for $600. I might as well get the XS. I gotta
go with Will on this one, because if I were going to get one, I would go for the Note just because of the new video features, if nothing else.
But look,
Mike, the Note 10 is $949. That's like that. Why would I buy the regular Note 10 for $100 more and I'm getting more, SD card support and all? It's the same thing.
Right. Why would I buy the Note 10 Plus if you're going to get the Note 10?
Why would I buy an S10 Plus?
How can I block him out? I'm going to tell you. George, I'm pulling his chain. I'm getting him going, okay? Yeah. He hasn't gone in a while.
Don't be a blockhead.
Oh, man. But, I don't know. Mike, you see what Six said? That's for the OnePlus people right there. Everybody buys the 12 gig, I don't know. I might go on there and try it.
Yeah.
You know what? Because I'm mad. Listen, I'm mad that Samsung even put me through that.
Samsung's
like, you understand. You don't understand.
Other gestures to you.
Samsung got on my nerves, but I'm still at the same thing where it's like, to get that kind of money for the Pixel when I you know what I mean? I'll make money on the Pixel. And I don't know. I might go on there and try.
Okay. He's going to get it, Mike. You know that.
I might. I don't know though, because I know Samsung has stuff that
drive you nuts.
I nitpick at Samsung, so there's certain stuff that'll drive me crazy, and I don't like doing all the launchers and all that. But I don't know.
That wasn't part of the agenda, folks.
It wasn't.
But I've been waiting. To goad him. I've been waiting to goad him.
And
we were almost obligated to talk about the Note anyway.
Yeah, we have nothing about the Note, so we had to bring it up.
Yeah,
but
none of us got it.
When I went to Best Buy, there was so many people there, I couldn't believe it. It was crowded. Mike and Defford.
Oh, no way.
Best Buy had people standing outside waiting to come in. There was older people there on the phone with their kids talking about, we're getting our new phones today. I couldn't believe it.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, people were buying it. I couldn't believe it.
Cool.
Oh, wow. That's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
Android is usually, you can just walk in and buy the phone that day. I was surprised that it was that big of a turnout.
This proves a point that, that Tim Cook and Donald Trump are true, because Samsung's hurting their business.
Hold on, Mike. Let me see. I'm going over to the Samsung site right now. Let me see.
Okay. Yo, George. George, he's going to order it right now on the show.
I gotta find a link from Telegram, because
go ahead and order it live.
I think Munchie put a referral link that saved you 10%. Let me see.
There you go.
Let me see.
You're seeing this live and in person, folks.
Mm-hmm. Remember last week, they answered my question. How you doing? Okay. Look, he's sweating, George. He's sweating. He's wiping off the sweat. He's getting all nervous. So what color? What color?
No pressure. No pressure.
I want white.
White one, folks. White.
See, that's the thing, though.
In the comments, please. What color should Will really get? Okay.
Okay, Google. White. Turn on the air conditioner. I can't. I can't. Listen to me, Mike. I can't.
Oh no! Wait a minute. You just made George's Google
go off tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry, George.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. All right, come on, start. Somebody start reading. I'm on their website. Let me see how long it'll take.
Here, I'm sending you that video from this guy, How to Mend. It's an extreme customization Samsung One UI. I'm going to send you this too. This way you can turn off the Bixby button. That was
you can
good.
turn it off now. Yeah, so you're giving me.
You could change. You could change it.
You can completely turn it off.
Okay.
Let me see. I hope Google doesn't really do something good this year, and I want to buy that.
Then they'll be sending back the note and getting.
No, I'm not though. I won't, because this is too cheap. Let me see.
And what are you trading in?
The Pixel.
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, it's probably like in October when I'll get the phone. Let me see.
And we got Mick2 Tech Reviews in here, and
he's got it. He's got it. He's been loving it on Twitter.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mike, $479. I gotta do it.
Let's see if they want. Well, just see if we can give them like I don't know, China currency. I don't know, European Union currency, something.
Hey, click on Rishi's comment. That's pretty good.
Oh, hold on. Let me go back to it. What do you say?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Right. You don't even need a diamond chain with the new 10 Plus. You just got.
I love that color. I have to say.
Yeah, Mike, that's too cheap not to get it. I'm gonna try it.
There you go.
He's loving his new MC2 Tech Reviews. He's loving it.
Yeah, but Rishi's feeling like he's cheating on the One Plus now.
Yeah.
Does Rishi like it?
He seems to like it. Yeah. Rishi, let us know in the comments if you like it.
I didn't think he would like it because of the software.
Workload is not bad as some people are going to make it out to be. It's a breath of fresh air.
I agree. I think it's beautiful.
What the color?
I don't know if you saw Android Stud. He's using it as a mirror to fix his hair.
I saw that. I thought that was cool. That was a very quick little video, but it was very cool.
Somebody on a podcast was saying that too. They like, that's what I would use it for, as a mirror.
Yeah. Because obviously you can. I just think it's gorgeous.
The shipping date is the 13th.
Oh, Rishi says no, he can't let go of the 90 hertz. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's still on one.
It is not that. I don't understand it. Even I don't know. I guess I don't get it. Mike, when you get yours, you got to see if you think that that's that big of a thing. I really
even MKBHD said if you go back and forth to a 60 hertz to the 90, he said after a couple of times you'll start noticing the difference.
George, did you see Eric's video though?
Yeah.
It's not like unless I'm missing it. It's only on the launcher.
But if Marquez tells me you're gonna notice the difference, I tend to trust Marquez. And I think he knows what he's doing. So if he says you're gonna see a difference, I think you're gonna see a difference.
Scott Brown. Let me see. Well, there's this it's on a Chrome browser though. I mean,
right,
what's
on the Chrome browser.
Yeah, but I think even Rishi News, isn't the 90 hertz? Isn't it only on the launcher?
No, it's not only on the launcher.
Run at 90 hertz.
Browsers don't
games don't either.
60 hertz.
And games don't. So the games don't either though. So what do you?
I think the games do. I think. I'm not positive. I'm saying I'm not a gamer. I mean, I've got mine right here in my hand, but I'm not a gamer.
Okay, Rishi said he made a counter, but yeah, I don't know. So it says the 13th, so we'll see. Let's start. Who wants to start with this one? Y'all want me to do this first one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, do you want me to?
I'm reading. I don't mean to. Sorry, guys, but getting back on that refresh rate on the One Plus. The article goes here from, I know Eric from Easy Computer Solutions did a great job. I mean, he did a great job breaking it down.
Yes, he did.
And I get what he's trying to prove. I get what he's trying to show, but now George, you're saying that what Marquez says is gold.
Right. He said you go back and forth between that and the 60 hertz screen. He says you're going to notice he didn't say immediately. I think he said after a couple of times you're going to see the difference. That's what he said. And I trust Marquez to that degree that if he says it, I'm going to believe it.
And all I wanted to know was the video shows a flaw in the display rate on that phone.
Right.
But is there a way we could see if that 90 hertz still works on a game? You know what I mean? Because I thought that's what the 90 hertz was really going after, the game market.
I would think so, but I don't play games. Now I think what we should all do when this is over is watch Rishi's video answering Eric's video.
Oh, okay.
So George, when you use the OnePlus and then go back to your other phone, do you know what I mean? Is it like that bad for you? I don't know.
No, but I'm
like
not.
I don't think
viewers are. So
would you say you're not what?
Picky.
But you're using it.
Picky. I tend not to be.
I don't think you can notice it unless you got them side by side and you're just scrolling back and forth. To me, it's not like a groundbreaking thing.
He said when you go back and forth a few times. Now keep in mind, Marquez is 24. I'm 74. Maybe he can see what I can't see.
MC2 Tech Review said you can notice the difference, but what does scrolling faster really make it that much better?
And he's got a point there.
I
think anybody who likes the 90 hertz point is once you get used to it, you don't particularly want to go back. And I think Marquez said something like that too.
I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a thing to me. Mike, when you get yours, I want to see what you say.
All right.
When you eventually get a OnePlus.
I'll get a OnePlus.
Yeah,
like
on
17.
On the iPad, it's different to me. On the iPad, but it's 120. On the iPad, it's it's crazy, and the screen is way bigger.
Yeah.
But
so that's twice as fast as what you're used to. So that makes sure you see a difference.
Yeah, I don't know. But
all right.
Let's.
You want me to read? You want me to read the first?
I got the first one, Mike.
Okay.
I'm sharing screen now. Yeah, you've got to allow it. To read.
Where is it? I don't see it on mine. Okay, there we go. All right.
Okay.
Google desserts. Android 10 is the official.
And just let me tell everybody, when you get to that second paragraph, I think that whole paragraph is brilliant. Just wanted to mention that.
Android 10 is the official name for Android Q. Google quietly quashes its naming quandary. Google has officially named the next version of Android, which is due to be released this fall, Android 10. Breaking the 10-year history of naming releases after desserts, the company is bailing on providing a code name beginning with a subsequent letter of the alphabet, in this case Q, which is the way we've been referring to Android up to now. This year is Android 10. Next year will be Android 11, and so on.
Now, listen to this whole paragraph. Go
ahead. After a quarter of quiet and quintessence of Android's brand has quickly changed without quarrel, resolving a quandary and quitting.
Do me a favor. Let me read this.
Go ahead, George.
I just love this. After a quarter of quiet, the quintessence of Android's brand has quickly changed without quarrel, resolving a quandary and quitting the quick-sighted quest to pull a Q dessert out of the quiver. That is awesome. Google won't quaver on the decision to move away from desserts, which answers a quadrillion querulous questions about the names. Google has decided it is a quaint tradition that needed to be quite quashed, or at least quelled. Instead, the code name will be quarantine inside Google. So I have qualms and feel queasy about the quality of quips that will queue up quoting the Android source code in an attempt to quibble that the dessert names still qualify as real. It all seems like a quagmire. but at least quantitatively, the new naming scheme is less quirky. Okay, I just think that's brilliant.
George, you got to do that in your next article.
I never thought I was that brilliant. Come on now.
You gotta
I couldn't.
pull that out.
I signed up to the Verge's page just so I can tell that guy how brilliant I think. Okay? And you can go ahead and read the rest.
Alongside the new name is an updated logo for Android. One that Al Gandon, global brand director for Android, says has a more modern word mark. Importantly, it will always include the little green robot. The robot is what makes Android special. It makes it human, fun, and approachable, Gandon says. Here's the new logo on the right of the image slider.
Yeah, now you can slide back and forth and see it change. I think that is so cool.
Going with a new naming scheme for the 10th version of Android makes a bit of sense. It's the landmark release. Still, given how difficult it is to put a common dessert to the letter Q, I noted to Google's Samir Samat, VP of Product Management for Android, that it was awfully convenient that Google picked this release to switch up the naming scheme.
That's true.
We're going to deal with that skepticism, he says. Google's actual reason for switching the naming, he says, isn't that Q is hard, but rather that desserts aren't very inclusive. We have some good names, but in each and every case, they leave a part of the world out. He argues, Android is a global brand used by more people in India and Brazil than in the US. So going with an English word for the dessert leaves some regions out. Pie isn't always a dessert. Lollipop can be hard to pronounce in some regions, and marshmallows aren't really a thing in a lot of places. Samat says, numbers, at least, are universal. Google will still make the traditional Android statue of the robot, but it'll be of the number 10 instead of a dessert. As for the new word mark and logo, to my eye, it looks like the latest example in the long line of companies taking quirky word marks and turning them into blandified brands. It's definitely been a trend in the past couple of years. Gandon says that the changes were important to make the word mark more accessible and readable, especially on smaller screens. In all honesty, when we did the acid test of doing it in really small spaces, like on a screen or phone boxes, the current lettering was really a challenge. She says, most importantly, the word mark is no longer green, it's black, which makes it much more readable in more contexts. The other thing Google's team did was change the robot subtly by moving its eyes down and tweaking its antenna. More importantly, they pulled some yellow tinge out of the green to make it more readable and also added some secondary colors to Android's overall brand palette to help with accessibility. Going forward, Android will be represented by more than green and gray, Gandon says. Only one of those new secondary colors is also one of Google's primary colors, the blue. It was important that Google found a palette that wasn't too tied to the company, but also wouldn't hew too closely to anything its major Android partners use.
Now, if anybody who follows Android on YouTube, there's this video, which I won't play here because I don't know if they'll nail me. But right next to it, there's another video from Android that has two of the ladies that helped design it, and they lay out the colors and everything. It's pretty interesting stuff to me. So no more dessert names.
As for what the Q in Android Q actually stands for, Google will never say publicly. However, Samat did hint that it came up in our conversation about the new naming scheme. A lot of the Q's were tossed around, but my money is on Quince.
Quiche.
No, that says Quince.
I think that's quiche.
That's not quiche. It's got an N in it. Quince.
Okay.
While the official name of Android will just be Android 10, that isn't stopping the Android team from creating internal code names in alphabetical order. Samat tells me that Google's engineers have already chosen the word they'll use internally for Android R. Would anyone like some Rabri? I don't even know.
Rabri, I guess that's a dessert somewhere. I don't know where.
I don't even know what this one is. Let me see.
Never heard of Rabri.
Can't.
If you click on it,
George, this one is it's some kind of fruit that.
Rabri. I just clicked on it. Rabri is a sweet condensed milk-based dish originating from the Indian subcontinent, made by boiling the milk on a low heat for a long time until it becomes dense and changes its color to white or pale yellow. Okay.
Nah, I mean that one with the Q, the quince.
Yeah.
It said it's some kind of fruit.
It looks like between a pear and an apple.
Yeah, Sidonia in the family of Rosacea, which also contains apples and pears, among other fruits. It's deciduous tree that bears a palm fruit, similar in appearance to a pear, and bright golden yellow when mature. Yeah, it looks kind of like a pear.
Mm-hmm. So you should have at least two of them, so you can have a pear, right?
Yeah.
You know I wasn't going to resist that.
It's, no.
Yeah. So what do y'all think about the new name? I think they. I don't know. I guess it's good. It sounds a little more.
I think it's smart, especially doing it and the 10th anniversary. You know.
Now I want to say this. What about instead they're trying to get in line with Apple? You know, you got iOS 10, 12, 13. You know, down the line, all their iOS has been a number.
Right.
All this time.
I do not think they're trying to get in line with Apple. I just think they knew they were going to run out of dessert names.
I think it's a little bit of both, Mike. I think they knew that they weren't going to have no more names, but I think they might be trying to make Android more serious. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
well, yeah,
Android
that's what I'm saying.
And all that. It's, people want Android 10, Android,
Right. And that opens the door that we've asked before. I mean, now we're going on to the other side of the alphabet. Right, it's been a letter.
I love the fact that you said other side of the alphabet, because what's the name of Google's parent company? Oh yeah,
Alphabet. Eventually, they're going.
George is on fire.
Well, eventually they're going to run out of letters, so now they can always rely on numbers.
Yeah, well, now they can go with numbers.
And they were going to run out of desserts.
Mm. Well, I think personally. I think this is in line to, make it more professional sounding, more easier.
Sounds more serious. Like if you tell somebody, what are you running? I'm on Android Pie. Like, you know what I mean? Nobody was really using the number.
And that is for the phone techie in us knows what Pie is, knows what Marshmallow was.
Right.
But say that to your aunt's, uncle's, sister, you know what I mean?
Consumer,
yeah. They. But if you say you're on Android, I got to do is Android 10. Yeah. It's just the same thing. If you have that conversation with somebody that remotely understands about iOS, and the conversation's going to come in September, I'm getting the newest update, or iOS 13's coming out. Yeah. They kind of get a sense. Now Android can say Android 10 or Android 11's coming. Now
it does sound more serious, and I think it's a smart move.
Yeah,
it's definitely that's where the whole term rebranding comes in. Yep. They're rebranding it not to be a quirky. There's that Q again. Quirky dessert name. Okay, that was all cute and all. It does show though the level of maturity that Android's gone through.
Yes.
Too, but I think it's a brand PR thing in the end of the day. So.
Well, I think all of that stuff is going to be almost automatically a brand PR thing, don't you think?
Now it is.
Yeah, I think like they said too, this is more inclusive because they were getting to the point where what were they going to come up with? Like, and some of that stuff, like they were saying in the article, some of that stuff is not relatable to the parts of the world that they were.
I agree with that. And just like we didn't know,
we don't know what the quince or whatever, and so yeah, I think it'll be good going forward to just do the numbers.
Yeah,
sounds like Apple now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see? That was a good comment. Does that mean they're deserting? I like that one.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, that was like the thing in the article. What did it say? Dessert names or something like that.
Yeah, it said deserting dessert names. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Gary Brown's. My aunt's flip phone. She's on Android
one.
-1.
Oh boy.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Gary. Oh
All right,
man.
so Mike, you want to go with this next one?
Yeah. Hey, guess what? Another feature we're going to get rid of.
Right, let me
Google.
Let me get a screen share going here.
Google is killing another message app.
Hold on, Mike. George's, there you go.
Okay.
I wish they would just let me say you can share them, and I'm going to keep clicking. All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Google is killing another message app feature, something you never use, which I disagree, by the way, but we'll talk about that in the end here.
Okay.
2 years ago, because Google is the best at messaging, and most definitely.
You talk about wise guy comments.
Droid life can be a bit sharp too.
Yeah.
Sharp tongue. Definitely has a clear direction for its messaging plans. The company released a new messaging feature within YouTube. This may come as a shock to many who used it, but Google is now shutting that feature down.
Gee, what a surprise.
Did you guys? I got the email. Did you guys get an email?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I think everybody should. You might have gotten it. You don't
I
realize.
don't use it, so go ahead.
According to the support page for YouTube, the option to send direct messages to your friends on YouTube will go away by September 18th. Some of the features may die before then, like share a video as a message. If you use this feature, you can save copies of your message by going here. Click.
I'm not going there. So okay, that's the whole article. Okay.
I tried to use it, and yes, it was hard to get people to pick up on it.
Mike, you know why I think people didn't use it? I used it in the beginning.
I was going to say, I thought you said you used it. Yeah.
It was like, to me, to share or message somebody in there was kind of like, it was too hidden. Like you had to kind of search for the message. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you had to look for it. Like sometimes it would be like you have a notification and I'd be like looking for it and then I'd find the message and it would be like 2 days later. It was, I'd rather just.
Well, the other person would get a notification like a YouTube map. The YouTube symbol will show up.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the other person will get it. But how many people use on the mobile app the little circles? Watch those. I'm trying to. Well, hold on. Where is it?
What little circles, Mike?
You get like
all?
No. they sometimes when you open it up, there's how Instagram has their Instagram and Facebook have their the stories. The story.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, who uses that? Anybody?
Actually, a lot of people.
I don't use it, but yeah, a lot of people use it.
I
do it by accident.
Both of them on Facebook and Instagram.
So I don't see I really don't check them out, But the messaging feature was slow for people that I interacted with to catch on. But I don't know. I don't get why get rid of it. Just leave it. What is it costing them money?
It seems strange, doesn't it? Yeah. And Will, I just remember you have messaged me through that one.
Yeah, I've used it. I've used it before, but it was like it died off. Like I don't know, nobody really used it. Like I'd get one once in a while, and when I would send people the message on there, it was like they would never look at it. So I would just end up sending it to them.
It was the YouTube version of Allo.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's Google's way though. They they eliminate stuff without much warning.
This is what Google does. This is
now George, this is funny because it's not the next one, but a couple stories later, seeing what they did is,
All right, so am I going with the next one?
Yeah, y'all ready, Mike? You ready for?
Yeah. Go.
I'll get this one. I'm just getting my screen. Okay. Who needs Android Beam? Xiaomi, Oppo, Vivo join forces for file sharing. Google is working on the Fast Share local file sharing feature for Android Q, meant to replace its Android Beam functionality. But Xiaomi, Oppo, and Vivo have plans of their own, jointly announcing a local file sharing standard that will be featured on all their phones. The news, spotted by The Verge, was announced on the MIUI Weibo account. So what should you expect then? The feature uses Bluetooth and is capable of transfer speeds of up to 20 megabytes per second, presumably using Wi-Fi after initial pairing via Bluetooth, much like the Files by Google local sharing feature. The companies say the new file sharing standard won't require any third-party apps, ostensibly being baked into their Android skins. Furthermore, the trio says the new feature supports a variety of file formats. Xiaomi, Oppo, and Vivo added that they look forward to more vendors backing the standard. According to Counterpoint Research's Q2 2019 Global Smartphone Shipments Report, the three firms account for over 24% of shipments in the quarter. That's a lot of phones. But adding the likes of OnePlus, Realme, and industry juggernaut Huawei could make this file sharing feature a fixture on the majority of Android phones around the world. The feature is especially noteworthy for the Chinese market, where Google services and features are often stripped out of Android. So an integrated cross-device file sharing standard is arguably more important in this market, I agree. The trio says that the feature will be available at the end of the month. Compatible phones weren't announced, but you can likely expect their flagship devices to offer the feature down the line. There's no word if this file sharing standard will come to phones in the West. We've contacted Xiaomi and Oppo for more details, and we'll update the article when we receive more information. I think it's a very good idea, especially considering that, in China, the Google stuff is stripped out.
So. Yeah, I think that's why they're doing it, because they won't get that file thing, right? They won't have access to that, so they got to do their own.
Yeah. So I think
if Google really does this file sharing thing, and it's as good as they're making it out like it's gonna be, it's about time. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It remains to be seen because it's Google.
But the article is right. If Huawei jumps in, that'll probably bury Google's.
It'll bury Google's there, but is Google? No, I'm saying it might be better, but is Google gonna? You know what I mean? Google would have to adopt that one, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't get used to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you know what will happen if, let's say, these three plus Xiaomi and let's say OnePlus join in.
Yeah, that's what it's saying. If OnePlus,
well, what'll happen is Google will kill off theirs at some point and adopt that. That's what Google does.
Yeah,
just like their messaging.
they need to do something. They need a system like that.
Yeah,
they do. They do need a quick way to share. From looking at what Google's thing is supposed to be, and I don't know when it's supposed to be coming. I'm guessing it's not going to come with Android Q. It'll probably come later. Right. It's not on the beta or nothing. But from looking at it, it's supposed to be nice. Like, it's supposed to work kind of like AirDrop. And they're saying you're supposed to be able to use it, I think, between computers, and
that'd be great.
Yeah, we'll see if they do it. But
sounds like something I'll use.
But Google, man, I don't know.
But if they can't share, they can always. If they can't share, they can always Sunny.
Yeah, I guess they could. Oh man, George is crazy.
Hey, I'm persistent if nothing else.
But yeah, I don't got too much faith in Google. I'm waiting to see what they come with.
Okay.
Let's see. Android Beam. They killed that, and they got rid of that without any warning too. It just was there and then it disappeared. I heard somebody was saying they were trying to use it, and they were like, it's gone. It's gone out of the phone like completely.
Right.
Who uses Beam in the first place?
I think I tried using it once or twice when it first came out, and then I just kind of gave up, or I found that I had a hard time with it or something.
Mom, we have this new streaming service we use, and we can put comments up So there you go, Mom. You're today's you're having your 5 minutes, 5 seconds
Yep.
of
So
theme.
everybody knew when she arrived. She had to.
Go on, Will. Thank you.
Already a star in our eyes, anyways.
Yeah. So
All right. Mike, you want to do this one?
yeah, let's see what we got next.
You want me to do it, or you want to do it? I know
No. Which one is it? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I think Mike is the right person for this one.
Well, Mom will like to hear this because Mom, I tell Mom about something going away. She goes, "Oh, when are they going to?" Mom, it's got good news for you. Google extends life of Classic Hangouts to June 2020 for some.
I shared it already, so.
Yeah.
Will.
I got it.
You good?
Yeah.
We know that Google Hangouts will die one day, and that most of us will have the opportunity to transition over to something else, possibly Google Hangouts Chat today. And I say it like going, I don't know what, they still ain't really pushing. Never mind. We'll talk about it at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. Today, thought of the death of the Classic Hangouts has been giving it somewhat of an extension for select users that were originally going to be impacted by the demise as early as October of this year. Google announced this morning that G Suite customers who use Classic Hangouts will no longer have to worry about transitioning over to Hangouts Chat in October. Instead, because of a whole bunch of G Suite customers told Google that they need more time, Google is postponing any sorts of a final transition date to no sooner than June of 2020. In other words, October is out as far as forcing transition, and June 2020 is when you should think about getting your organization in order. In the meantime, Google says that it will continue to try and improve Hangout Chat with things like read receipts and smoother transition experience from Classic Brother.
Right on, brother.
Yeah. Want to transition to chat sooner? Google still has its accelerated transition program that will let you do just that, assuming you can get in. I've tried for months to get in with no luck, and at best of luck there. In the first half of 2020, Google will let anyone transition to Hangout Chat while also simplifying chat and Classic Hangouts settings in their G Suite Administrator console. To read more about the transition timelines, check out this support page. Not a G Suite customer and are confused? Yes, that's cool. All you need is to know that the business type Hangout user got an extension before they could move over to Hangout Chat. For those who just use Hangouts for their personal Gmail account, you don't have anything to worry about right now. Google has not given any date for when you might need to leave Classic Hangouts. My guess is that will be shortly after they force their G Suite customers to get off of it.
All right, so those of us who are individual users will have at least until then.
Until then. Yeah. So there's no set timeline to this. It's very confusing to me.
But I thought that the fact that they put it all the way to June 2020, I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I don't know, and I tried before to get Hangout Chats. I don't think you can still get it.
I don't think you can get it yet.
Yeah, I was thinking you probably couldn't get it, or maybe if you're a G Suite customer, maybe you can.
Yes, and I tried it out once, and I didn't like it. And then I had to delete all my Hangouts off the phone to get back. Work? Yeah, I did it with my work phone.
Okay.
And because I have the
G Suite.
when you log into your work account,
right?
Then you get all the G Suite.
Okay. Yes.
That's how it loads up.
Okay.
So I tried out chat. I didn't like it. I just something about it. I can't remember what was it, but it was like, oh no, this ain't. I'm expecting Hangouts. You know what I mean? Maybe with a fresher looking UI, and it wasn't even that.
So it's completely different.
It doesn't. Yeah. It just. It ain't. Yeah. Different is a good word.
You know what you just reminded me of, don't you?
What? No. What?
And now for something completely different.
What was that?
That's
Monty Python?
Monty Python, yes.
Oh, so
notice
now
the young guy had no clue what we were talking about.
I heard of it. I heard of it, but nah.
I know Nigel with that.
Y'all are on your own with that one.
All right, looks like, let's see. I want to install it on my phone here. I want to try it out.
You're installing G Suite?
It's available now?
No. Hangout chat.
Okay.
Is it only on, you can only get it on your work phone, right?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
Yeah, it's still. Yeah, it's still.
No, it'll let me install it.
It'll let you install it, but this is, you don't.
Oh, okay, that's all you get.
Yeah.
Okay.
You administrate not enable chat for your team,
right?
Or you may need to be invited to someone with G Suite account.
Your business account.
Yeah, so it's still tied in with business accounts. Yeah. I would think they let to move over people to this.
Yeah, if they have G Suite, sure.
I think
well, no, I'm talking about now for the
us regular users?
Yeah. So
maybe they will. I think in the article they mentioned something like maybe they will, but who knows? This is Google, remember?
Yeah. So it's still more confusion. I think it's still more confusion. And again, they're 1 minute they're killing out a messaging part of the YouTube app, and yet they extend the life to this one.
That's why it's funny because I don't know. I think Google doesn't know. It's like
that makes groups and they don't know. So many business users, that's some serious money there.
Yeah.
It's personal users that they don't get any money from that.
Hangouts was fine. They should have just
They should. Hangouts was perfect the way it was. You could get SMS text.
Everything was in one place. Everything was in one place.
And people absolutely love it to this day.
You can send large files. You can, you could have group chat. You can do video calls. Everything was there. And even though Duo is great, I do like Duo.
But they could have done what they did with Duo in Hangouts.
Yeah.
I really think they could have.
They could have just had all of it. Could have just been one thing. You know what I mean? They could have integrated everything together. Like
and you know what?
I'll say what I said last week. Will, you should be a consultant at Google.
Yeah, for real.
And look! They took out Hangouts on air.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank God for StreamYard.
And I don't know, Mike, did you see Jay Will had posted a comment, and I guess he wasn't really using the YouTube Studio Beta, but whatever he went in there and saw, he said they're like changing it. So I don't know what changed, I guess, because I haven't been.
Classic and Beta do look very different.
Yeah, yes, they do.
Yeah, he said he posted something like he didn't like how they're taking away features that people use and forcing you to use something else.
Yeah, and they are forcing you to use the beta, but because I get the impression it's coming very soon. It's not going to be.
Yes, it is.
But I think all the functionality that was in the classic, I think you can find it in beta. You may have to go look for it though.
In classic?
No, in beta. Yeah, I'm thinking all the functionality is coming over, but everything's had different menus and it's headed different, so you got to go find it.
Right. Well, I mean, like here, like I'm on my studio here in the beta, right? And they give you news, creators inside, ideas for you,
right?
And I guess I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's because I'm not a serious YouTuber. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I subscribe to Creator Insider, but most of the time I don't even watch the videos they put out. That's true.
Yeah. It seems like I don't know. Yeah, what the
Seems
video.
like Creator Insider, they put out videos that if you're into details, I think they'll be for you. That's
Yes.
my question.
That's what I mean. It's really catered. It's really getting catered to people who are into it, growing their channel. Really, 23 and 6.5 days a week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I'm looking here. Okay. It's interesting that my last video, it's giving me some analytics on it. I
Yeah, I think the analytics are better in the beta.
a little bit better. Yeah.
At least they're easier to see.
Right. But what my eye goes to is all this, the news, the Creator Insider, and ideas for you. I don't need that. I don't need that. Give me a link.
But it's not hurting anything having it there.
Now, I well, if you go to the classic, hold on. You got to answer a question to go back to the classic. When I get to the classic, I think everything's there. My videos, this a bar up here for the analytics for people, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, this is what I want to see. I want to see my videos. I want to see the first the last 4 are showing up here.
Right.
And then you scroll down. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last 5, there's another section for videos.
Right.
Watch time. That's what I want to see. You know what I mean? And then down at the bottom are the tips and comments, which are fine. I wish I could maybe. I move them around. Oh yeah, maybe I could.
Now, Mike, I got a question. I know you're on a roll. Now, I remember. I don't know if you remember, George, or if you remember, Mike. YouTube made a change a while ago, and I remember everybody was like shocked, but they had said something like they put it out, the change, whatever it was, in those videos that you're saying you don't want to see. They were like, they discussed it on those videos.
Right.
And I don't know if I heard it on a podcast or something, but that's what they were saying. They were like, there was a lot of backlash, but YouTube came out and was like, yeah, we put out those videos so that you can get the news. Like if something is changing, like
you probably will hear about this stuff before it happens, but you've got to follow those videos.
Like, let's say they changed like the sub count or whatever. They said they put out those videos so that you can get that information. But I don't watch none of that stuff either.
Yeah.
I only got 72 subscribers, but even if I had a lot, I don't think I would watch it. Like, I don't think MKBHD is watching that mess. Nobody's watching it. I don't think.
There's a little difference, but he's got the 9 million subscribers. I don't think.
Yeah, but like, do you think like Easy? I don't know for sure, but you think he's watching? You know what I mean? I think the people on YouTube are making their videos, and when something happens, then they might say, okay, why did this happen?
I think people like MKBHD and Unbox Therapy, they're probably as smart as they are because they probably came up watching some of those videos and knew stuff that we didn't know because they took the time to find out, is my guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I see what look what Munchie said in the comments. Like, he makes videos, so that's what he wants to see. Like, I think most people, that's how they.
Well,
think
that's
of it.
what
like,
I just said.
I
make the video. I want to see how it's doing. I don't. Like I said, I need a. I'm not serious enough to really. I want that, and I don't want to be force fed the other version.
Yeah, but I think the other version is partly aimed at people who really want to grow their channels.
Yes.
There's a lot of information there for that kind of person, I think.
Yes. I wish we had a choice. What I'm getting at. Okay. I wish we could choose either or.
Well, we do have a choice until they force us off.
Right. That's what I mean. We ain't right.
When they force you off of YouTube because it's their company.
Yeah. But Will was showing me last week when I was having trouble. He could see it in the beta version, and I could not see it in the classic version, and I had to go over to the beta version to see what he was talking about. So
I don't really ever remember using the classic version. I don't know if I always hit beta. I don't know. I never remember.
I use the classic a lot, but now I'm pretty much switching to beta, and that's that.
Because I think, matter of fact, you know what? I did use it. I guess the first couple times I think we streamed, because I remember when they changed it, I couldn't find. I think I had to ask you, George, how to even start it. Like, where was it at? Because they hit it. Yeah. They moved it. Like, it's not visible anymore. To start.
And the only reason I knew is because I watched some videos about it to educate myself.
Yeah. Me and Munchie are talking about the 7T.
Oh, the 7T. Okay.
Yeah. Did you see it, George, with the circular camera?
Yes, I did. Yes, I
What
did.
do you
Will I
think?
be getting
What do
it?
you-
I don't know. We'll see.
No, I'm saying, what do you think about the circular? Like, what do
I
you think the
know, like,
reasoning?
I think it's all moving forward. I see it as progress. I mean, we're all going to square cameras or circular cameras with these multiple cameras. It seems like,
I don't know.
you know,
I don't
Huawei
like the way.
did it, iPhone did it, Google is doing it. It kind of makes sense to me.
I don't like the way it looks, but I was telling Mike maybe they're doing it because they're putting wireless charging or something.
That would be nice.
I don't know though, because then I'm kind of thinking, are they gonna flip that quick? Like they just went through a whole conference and were like, yeah, we're not doing wireless charging because blah blah blah.
Yeah, they've been saying that for 2 years.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like Samsung and the headphone jack.
Exactly. And remember, a year before Samsung was making fun of it,
Google
Plus was making fun of it.
And Google and everybody.
Yeah.
I wonder what LG is gonna do. Are they ever gonna get rid of the headphone jack? Or
my guess would be no, but LG has more problems than that. If you
That's why I'm wondering if are they not gonna do it, because it's not like, even though they're keeping the headphone jack, it's not like it's a major thing for them. You know what I mean? Like the headphone jack isn't making them sell millions of phones.
Yeah, but their whole sound thing is a big deal, right? With LG, right, Mike?
I'm sorry, I got lost for a second. LG, yeah. Who's LG? What are they?
They're the ones who don't update the phone, Mike.
But they are known. But they are known for their audio, right?
Yes, they are known for their audio. Yes, very much so.
They might keep the headphone jack.
Yeah, they should. They should keep the headphone jack.
Yeah,
it gives them one feature that they can stand out and say, we have this still.
Yeah.
Okay. Even though nobody's buying our phones. Okay.
I said as long as they're in business. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. LG is disappointing to me. I'm
Yeah.
disappointed in
surprised
LG.
if LG isn't making more money out of refrigerators and televisions than they are phones.
Yeah. But George,
I wouldn't
you know
be surprised to see the phones disappear.
I'm disappointed in them though, because they had not a head start, but they had the audio, they had the wide angle, they had the military grade drop protection and all that.
That's true.
It's like, for them to be so far behind to me is crazy.
But their whole problem all along has been the same problem for the last 5-6 years. They don't spend any money on marketing.
Yeah.
He has a point. Look at the people waiting for you at Samsung. Will.
What happened?
All those people when you went to Best
Buy,
I mean, marketing in the world. Apple.
Oh yeah, Mike, you walk into Best Buy, they had tables with all this Note 10 stuff on the tables and bags and all kind of. Yeah, it was crazy.
See?
It was crazy.
And when LG comes out with a phone, you don't get that.
You're lucky if you even hear about it.
Right.
Yeah, because LG will put their thing out, their release and all that in October, and then the phone will come out in like January.
Yeah,
like by the time the phone comes out,
every 3 months before they have it out. That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. And Google does it every year, but I'm kind of like, I don't understand their whole thing either. They had a chance this year. I guess they could have kind of switched it up a little bit and brought the phone out in September or something, because Q, I'm guessing, is done. You know what I mean? So why would you wait? Like, I don't understand forget the fact that the chip is old now. Exactly. Why would you wait until the Note comes out? The iPhone is coming out.
Mm-hmm. The Pixel's coming out.
You figure the Note's coming out now.
Right.
They released their phone. What's today? 23rd. Let's say you buy the Note today from Best Buy or Samsung. You have 2 weeks to return it.
That's right.
When Apple does their event, that's the end of your 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So you're stuck with the phone. Like, it's all about timing and planning. And Google just waits so long that it doesn't make sense to me. Google, that's crazy. The Pixels already aren't selling, and LG is worse. LG, they'll release that. What was that phone, Mike? They released that year. They were like, I think it was the G7. They were like, this will be the first phone with whatever operating system, and it didn't ship for like 3 months.
That's right. Yeah,
They were supposed to have it before Google. It didn't even
in February, and it came out in like May or something like that.
Did it?
Yeah, like
Okay, I didn't.
I forget
Yeah.
what it was. It was a couple years ago, Mike. They were like, "Yeah, this phone is gonna have whatever they were on before the Pixel," and it didn't come out for months.
Yeah.
Like, it took
Oh, the
forever.
V20. The V20 came was the first one
It
of
wasn't.
not.
Was it the V20 or the?
Yeah,
It
it
was,
came out with the newest.
Okay, yeah, that was in the fall. Yeah.
Right,
was crazy,
but
whatever
they
it was,
announced it. They announced it. They're coming out with that phone. Then the Pixel got announced,
Right.
and then it seemed like months.
Month and a half or so.
So meanwhile, the Pixels are out selling, and the V20 is just now getting dropped.
And that's where they really missed the boat, because people who had the V20, almost everybody loved
they loved the phone. Yeah.
They love the phone, right? And again, you've got a good point, missing the boat, because a lot of people were using it for content, and
Yes,
they should have hooked up like with YouTube.
Yeah.
And this could have just spurred them on to do other things. So
yeah, I remember my Project 13 was doing all kinds of things with the V20.
He's still, I think, using it, the V20 to this minute.
I think he'll never get rid of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. LG's crazy because I can't remember the last LG phone I had was the G7. But I know, I'm sure you remember, George probably remembers. I don't think you had a Samsung back then, Mike. Samsung used to have, I think it was the S4,
Yes.
the S6.
Yes.
Remember, they had it tied in with like on the camera app, you could hit the button and stream right to YouTube.
Yeah.
Did they have that on the S7, Mike?
No,
was that on the 7? It wasn't on the 7.
It was
Maybe it was the 6.
No, it was the S7 Edge, wasn't it?
It was the 7. One of them. I know. Like LG should have been doing that.
Because Jay Will was doing that all the time, I think.
LG should have been doing that. Like you could sign into your account, hit the button, and you'd be streaming.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. LG's a mess, man. They're disappointing. They should have been dominating the wide angle and all that. They should have been.
Yeah, they're the ones who did it first.
Yeah, they should have. They should have been killing it because now it's a big thing.
It proves marketing. You have to market, because what you just told me, I'm shocked to hear about. We're folks. Where we're at. I mean, we're near Philadelphia. What do you say?
Oh yeah,
from the mall, maybe 15 minutes, but still, I never would expect that.
Mike, I couldn't believe it. People were standing outside before the store, before it opened. Like, it was crazy.
And I mean, I've seen some ads on TV, but it wasn't a big deal. I'm really. Yeah.
Well, people must have been seeing it on. Samsung must have been pushing emails out. I know people who had carrier branded Samsung phones were like, they were posting on Twitter, like, I'm tired of seeing these ads. They would have ads pop up on your phone, and it would be like, get the new Note 10. You know what I mean? They had advertisements coming down on your notification panel.
Here we go.
So Samsung was, see?
Right there. I got that today.
Yeah, Samsung was pushing it.
The ads were adding up.
Yeah, they did good.
Go on, hit the button. Right there. Hit the button, George.
I hit it.
What did the article last week say? They doubled I think it said they doubled their, or was it this week? It was an artitle saying like they doubled the pre-orders.
Yeah.
So
just kind of doubled the S9. Yeah.
Yeah. Even though everybody complained about it and said, yeah.
There you go.
They pushed it.
There you go.
I couldn't believe it. Like, it wasn't like an iPhone launch used to be, but it was more people than I expected to be there for.
But it sounds like it's getting there.
Yeah. It was more people than I expected would be out there for a phone. I was shocked. Yeah. So I guess it's selling, even though a lot of people are mad because they know headphone jack and because they made the smaller Note. And to me, George, I don't know if you've seen them in person yet. That smaller size,
I haven't seen
is like perfect.
Okay. Yeah,
because it's not too big.
It has so much missing from the.
That's the thing. They took so much out of it, but the size of it is.
Yeah, if I were going to get an S10, I mean Note 10, it would definitely be the Plus because you're just using too many things in the small one.
Yeah, they want you to buy the Plus, but that smaller size. It's kind of like to me the S10, the regular one is perfect. It reminds me of the the iPhone 10, like that size.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how I look at the iPhone 10R and the Galaxy S10e. They're kind of nice, small sizes, fit your hand real easily. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, we moving on.
All right. Yeah, I got this one, George.
It's you, right? But let me. This is the Duo, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get there.
Mike's favorite video chat app.
Come on, you gotta admit, man.
I know. We used it today.
We used it. I mean, it's just
it was nice. That's why I put this article. I was like, Duo is making FaceTime look bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the share is there. I sound like a rapper, don't I? The share is there.
All right. Google Duo's new low light mode will make nighttime chats easier. Keep the lights off without losing sight. Look at the picture. That's crazy how much,
Yeah.
Google is introducing the low light mode to Duo, its video chatting app that can detect poor lighting conditions and automatically adjust the picture to illuminate the face in the frame.
Yep.
In a press release, Google says this new mode will be a boon to those who want to save on electricity, especially if you or someone who you know lives in a place affected by frequent power outages. It could be ideal to use when you want to check in with a friend or family member who lives several time zones away and who may therefore be calling from a darkened room or a nighttime street.
Yep.
That's crazy. Just look. That's crazy.
Looks great. Yeah.
Interestingly, low light mode on Duo is simulated in the app based on the lighting conditions. Google doesn't mention any reliance on the capabilities or lack thereof of your phone's camera.
That's smart, I think.
And it doesn't look like Duo is simply increasing the screen's brightness for a selfie flash effect.
Yeah.
Until we try the feature, we'll have to take Google's word that it works as indicated in the GIF above. Low light mode is rolling out globally to iOS and Android users this week, so watch out for the update.
Yeah, so we should be looking for an update to Google Duo.
Yeah, I think I got it.
That's like a useful feature right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I agree. I agree.
FaceTime is so behind. FaceTime is so behind.
Look,
because
I can tell you
connect.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes, I was just going to say that.
They made I guess you can call them gimmicky stuff. Like you can put the Animoji characters on there or change the background. Like it's not useful. You know what I mean? They kind of turned it into a gimmick. Where Duo is like you can leave messages now. You can you don't even got to wait for the person to answer. You can just call them and leave a video message. Mm-hmm. They made it into a communication app. It's nice. Yeah.
So wait, what's today's date? The August 23rd, 2019. Will is saying something good about it.
Only if Google would bake it in, just like we were saying last week. It would be better if more people just knew that it was there.
Nice about them,
because I know so many people with Android, but when I look at the list of who's on Duo, it's not even even a quarter of my my contact list.
And again, it goes back to that marketing. I'm going to say here right now.
Right. You're absolutely right.
The market, they got to get. That's the only way they're going to get this to work.
Google push Duo on TV and TV ads, man, that thing would smoke because it's a great app.
Google always buys so much time at NBA games and playoffs and all that. They could push that so easy. They could have LeBron in a commercial or something. You know what I mean? They could really push that.
Yeah,
because it's useful. Like being able to to use the app in the dark. I think I got an update, but I don't know.
Are you on the beta? Oh no.
No, I just looked to see if there was.
No. I'm thinking of messages. I'm on the message beta.
Oh, okay.
And I gotten an update.
You must have got that new thing. They just added something else today.
Where you can leave a voice message.
On what? On Duo?
No. Oh yeah. Yeah, you could. I think you can leave.
I think you can leave it on Duo.
On Duo, you can leave a video message or something if the person doesn't pick up.
Yep.
But I thought you were talking about the text app. They added something. What did they add? They just added something. They added that thing that's kind of like Allo was. Like if somebody says an address or something, it'll show up with assistant. They added that like I think a week ago, maybe.
That makes sense.
And you can click the button and it'll take you into. Let me see.
You can do voice call, or you can do. Let's see. Wait.
Now, Mike, you just sent me something. It says add you on do. What do you mean? Oh, you don't have it on there? I'm already,
yeah, on your
maybe that number. Maybe that number.
Yeah, that number. Right.
See, I got all
Oh
mine.
wow! Look, I can send pictures to you by using Duo. Yeah, I just sent you a pic.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, you see that?
I just sent you a picture.
Oh yeah, see, that's crazy.
Yeah, you can send pictures. You can send a voice.
He's going to be saying more nice things about Google.
Yeah, look at George.
I'm sending you a voice message right now in 3, 2, 1. I'm sending you. There you go. I'm sending it to you.
I just got it. Now, Mike, your picture, it says it expires in 24 hours.
Right.
Ah, okay.
And so, yeah, they added a lot of new features in Duo.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
You're right. They should be marketing that. I mean,
I just left them a voice message, not even a video. You know,
Mike,
so
you know what makes it better? You don't even need phone service. All you need is Wi-Fi.
No, yeah.
Oh yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right.
All you need is Wi-Fi.
All my other 6 phones that are sitting here.
My other 6 phones.
You can send messages to your other 6 phones. You know, all the other phones.
Yeah.
And you got group chat with I think 7.
All my other phones are back there.
Yeah. Will, you're right. You could do a group chat.
7 or 8. Now, listen, Mike, when you want to do group chat with 32, you have to go to FaceTime.
Yeah, but
it won't even connect. Oh my God!
I know. I you and I done FaceTime, and at times you just stutter and all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's terrible.
Well, yeah, the 3 of us did FaceTime a couple of times.
Yeah, the signal. Like when me and Mike do it, it's always poor connection.
Yeah, and Duo is smoking it.
Google Duo works with no connection in between Wi-Fi. It always works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always. It's crazy how Google can get that right, but they can't get messaging right. They can't get messaging right.
But that's kind of messaging in a way,
It is if they would. I don't know.
They can incorporate it all into Duo. It'd be awesome. It looks like they are slowly doing that.
And then they'll get rid of Android messages and make it Duo. And then
make it all part of Duo, and let that be that. And then just put some TV ads up.
Yeah, well, you see on the stock, on the Pixel or whatever, they kind of, everything is integrated into the dialer now, which is nice. Like Duo is in the dialer, so you can see your video call history in there.
Oh, didn't know that.
On stock, yeah.
Okay.
Even if you have, Mike, you don't got a Pixel, but if you had a Pixel on, I guess, Visible or Verizon, even your voice messages, you can listen to them in the call history. Like you don't even have to go to voicemail.
That's cool.
You just go to the call history and you can play them.
Let's see if I go to the dialer.
And you know what, Mike? That's where I saw that new feature. It's in the dialer. It's some kind of privacy thing.
I just had a sick thought. My mind's
man, here we go.
Aren't you glad you use dialer? Don't you wish everybody did?
That's an old commercial, isn't it?
Commercial. Aren't you glad you use dial? Don't you?
Oh, yeah.
That's all the old stuff. This is what us old folks are doing.
All right, George, you want to get this one? This is your topic right here. This is all you.
Wait a minute. I thought we were doing the 5. Are we doing the 5G one? The video?
No. We got the one before that, I think. I had them out of order. It doesn't matter.
You and I, Mike, it's the one after it. It's the one about OBS Studio. Anyway,
okay.
Now,
OBS. I was going to say OBS is your thing there, George.
I'm the one who's using it, but a few weeks ago, Will knew more about it than me.
Anyway. Yeah, but George, you done took over now, man. You got backgrounds, green screens.
Yeah, make a point. Folks, right now I'm sharing the screen so you won't see it, but what you've been seeing behind me with that little mobile roadmap behind me, that's all because I'm using OBS Studio, and it allows you to do all kinds of things with a green screen, and that's how I do it. So this is on tomshardware.com. It's the title of the article is OBS Studio 24's first release candidate is here. So I get that they don't update OBS that often. It says the. You see that? Okay, the first release candidate for OBS Studio 24.0 showed yesterday, with more than a dozen new features and a bunch of other miscellaneous improvements. Standout additions include the ability to pause while recording to allow seamless on-the-fly removal of video segments. That I don't get. The option to adjust the bit rate instead of dropping frames if congestion occurs, and expanded control over audio captured from browsers. And Will and I have been through the bit rate dropping frames thing, right, Will?
Here we were.
All three of those features should make life easier for streamers. That's us. The first should help people who record their gameplay on demand platforms like YouTube, in addition to streaming it. Now, they mention gamers a lot because I think more gamers use OBS than anybody else, but so do some of us others. Both of the others are quality of life changes that give streamers more control over their broadcasts, whether it's by sacrificing visual fidelity, frame rates, or by literally offering more control over browser audio. The miscellaneous improvements offer similar benefits. Some are the generic optimizations and performance improvement. We're pretty sure developers are legally obligated to mention in all patch notes. Others are more specific. The release notes mention fixes to Linux window capture, a new default format, and the ability to automatically stop recording if there's less than 50 megabytes of available disk space. I think that's a very cool thing. These changes probably won't make OBS Studio any more approachable for beginners, that's for sure. It has a lot of features and will have even more once version 24 is ready to ship. But that also means it has a lot of settings that can be daunting at first glance. Well, you got that right. That's why Intel went so far as to release the Easy Streaming Wizard. Now get this, which can automatically configure OBS Studio based on system hardware earlier this month. But OBS is still kicking. Streamlabs has been competing with OBS by creating its own broadcast software based on the tool. And Twitch finally released its own streaming app this month. But these changes show that OBS Studio ain't dead yet. And Will, when we installed OBS, wouldn't it have been nice to have that easy streaming with it that automatically
set it up for you?
Yeah, I made a note so that when that OBS 24 comes out, I'm going to give that a try after I do a little research on the easy streaming wizard. But it sounds very cool. So anyway, if you use OBS, and believe me, folks, when they say using OBS at the beginning is daunting, they are not kidding, right, Will?
Yeah, it's a challenge.
Very heavy-duty hardware. It's extremely good, but it's like the article said, it's not the most user-friendly in the world, and you've got to put a lot into it to learn it. And setting it up is not the easiest thing in the world, but it has very powerful tools if you're a streamer of any kind. So anyway,
George has been putting in the work.
Well, yeah, I mean, this whole roadmap behind me, that's one of my pictures on a green screen, and I can change that on the fly. Let me see if I can change on a
green screen going. George is using that OBS.
Let me see if I can give you guys an example of changing it on the fly. I say this one. There you go. There's Doctor Who behind me now. And yes, I'm a big Whovian, so have been for 30-some years. So anyway, it's for people who use OBS like us, it's pretty cool. I'm sure Adam is going to love it when it comes out. You know.
Oh yeah. He's mastered it. It's just like you were saying, though. It's daunting, but I guess once you master it, then it becomes almost second nature, though, too.
Adam is probably a lot smarter than I am, too.
No, well, you know, I don't know, he had his struggles once in a while, but also too, what you had to do was get the right hardware. I know, and please speak up. I seem like we all tried to make it work, and what happened was the lag was horrendous.
Yeah, and we could not figure it out.
Right, we could. Right.
My problem with it was the lag, and I think you need 2 screens, and you need,
Yeah, and I always have 2 screens, and it does make it a heck of a lot easier.
Now, I was going to ask though, real quick, and do you guys feel that I'm reading this Easy Stream Wizard they're talking about? Do you think that do they see OBS? Yeah, that's for one. And
they see StreamYard out there, yeah.
Do they see?
But I don't know though, because like George said, StreamYard OBS is for gaming, so.
Yeah, but you find a lot of people who don't game. An awful lot of YouTubers who don't game use OBS.
No. I mean, StreamYard, let's say like OBS, you mean, Mike, do they see StreamYard as being like competition? You know what I mean?
Competition, but also though too, does Easy Stream Wizard help? Is there going to be something they can make money off of? You know what I mean? Or they're going to come up with something that is like.
Well, see, before we started the thing, I clicked on the article that sent me to the whole thing about Intel's Easy Streaming Wizard, and I gathered the whole idea with Intel inventing or coming up with this is to push more people towards Intel in general. So my guess is they're not looking for the Easy Streaming Wizard to be a money maker, but they're still thinking it's going to pull more people to Intel. And this is for Windows 10 specifically. So my guess is it won't even work on a Mac.
Okay.
But that's because I read the other article. That's why the only reason I know that. But I'm going to be doing some research on it, and when it comes out, I'm going to be giving it a shot.
All right.
The one thing about OBS is if you messed up, and then 2 weeks ago or stuff, I messed up a couple of times. Well, I just deleted OBS. Reinstalled it, boom. I was right back in business.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
See, OBS is too much work for me. It's too much. StreamYard.
The stuff you see me do, the background, this is minor stuff. But
yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's too much. Just doing what we were trying to do with it, trying to stream and having to use the banner to hide the
and we were trying to do it with Skype at first.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much going on.
Yeah, it's just it's a very, very heavy duty, very useful tool, but you've got to put a lot of time into learning.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think if you're set up like that, like if you got a studio, like let's say Easy or somebody, and that's your main thing that you know what I mean, where you can set it up and leave it like that, or have it, like Adam.
I keep my OBS. I don't start any stream without having OBS up first. I probably won't start any videos without having OBS up first.
Yeah. Like I think, I'm not sure, Mike, but I think the way Adam does it, from my little bit of time using it, I think he has his stuff made already, so that you know what I mean, like all those banners and all that. So
without doubt, yes.
And can put it in,
right.
That stuff's a lot. Like I can
imagine. Right now, I have about 12 different banners I can use.
Yeah. See, I can imagine his setup. Like he probably had to be setting everything up a while before y'all started. You know what I mean? To make sure everything was lined up and all. Yeah, I ain't got time for all that. I couldn't even remember how to use StreamYard. Jeez, I put the room in YouTube first.
Yeah, that's why we had a second stream, because
that was only 3 weeks ago. The last time
go to stream mode, you don't even go. I haven't been on YouTube in 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, see, I was like, wait a minute, I couldn't remember at all how to do it.
Yeah,
I went to StreamYard and I'm like, all right, now how do I get the YouTube thing over here?
Actually, Nigel, this was all to drive you crazy.
Yeah, I had to call Mike. Like, Mike, what am I supposed to do? He was like,
Yeah, that was the thing. I had to okay, let me get to the screen. I wasn't near my computer, and I can't describe it. I have to click on this, click on that. Yeah. But it's really easy. StreamYard, they did a great job with it.
The easiest streaming thing there is by far.
Yeah, and I will be using this over Hangouts on air.
I agree.
Oh yeah, this is way better than Hangouts on air.
And a lot of people in the StreamYard community are saying the exact same thing. You see it all the time. This is way better than Hangouts.
Yeah. Another spot where Google just missed out.
Yeah.
Google could have, George, what it, the StreamYard, they charge you, but you don't have to pay. But Google could have did the same thing. Google could have did this and put they could have had, like, you know, if you join, you can get super chats, or, you know, they could have did some kind of system, but
I agree.
They don't. It's not important.
Talk about things. Everybody, thumb up the video.
Oh yeah,
replay crew.
Okay, you see what I just did?
Yeah, put a 5G over your face.
Yes, I did. I'm trying to. Oh, there we go. I'm just going to put it.
George is segueing into the next.
There we go. And now, for our next story, we're all set.
See that? George is killing it. Look at that.
Now,
George, I was going to ask George. Did you? I remember seeing when you had the bottle of water or whatever you're drinking. Okay, but right. Wait a minute. Now look. You can't see, but you see it, Will? Like the bottle.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Oh.
What is it, George? It's like interrupting the thing.
Magic.
Yeah.
You know why?
It's interrupting.
Is it green? Is it green?
What color is the 7-Up bottle? Well, of course,
it's green.
So you're going to see through it. You know, didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Actually, it's all part of my wizardry.
What is next?
Anybody buying this?
The next story, we don't really gotta.
You know, we don't have an article. It was a video by MKBHD.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Will. Go ahead and talk about it.
He pretty much showed you how, what was it called? 5G Explained?
Yeah, 5G Explained.
Now, keep in mind, MKBHD lives in Jersey. He lives in Hoboken, New Jersey. He had to drive to the nearest place that had 5G for Verizon. Well, he had to drive all the way to Providence, Rhode Island.
And mind you, and get a $1,600 phone to boot.
And he bought a $1,600 Samsung S10 5G. Yep.
Because he said he was, you know, he had seen everybody was posting videos. I know Mr. Mobile had one. A lot of people were posting like 5G, showing you the
Android Authority had done it. Yeah.
And he was like, he couldn't believe the speeds.
But I thought this was by far the best video and the best explanation I've seen of 5G in general.
Well, it's everything we talked about before. You know, prime example is about going around the corner of that building.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the 5G, the 5G.
What you're talking about, because he starts the video standing right underneath the tower. The tower's at the top of a pole, and he's standing right next to it, looking straight at it. So he's got a direct line of sight to his phone. Well, he starts the video off. He's doing a speed test, and that thing went up over 1,500. His eyes are bugging out. Walking around the corner, like Mike said, just around one corner, and that is a brick wall. Boy, did that change in a hurry.
Yeah, his speed went down. He was going back and forth between 5G and 4G.
Exactly.
Yeah. So basically, what he was saying was AT&T's lying with the whole 5GE, like everybody.
And he points that out in the video too.
Yeah. He said they're lying, and 5G isn't really ready yet because it's going to be expensive to put those things everywhere.
And what did I say back in January? I said nobody should buy a 5G phone until 2020 at least. You know.
Yeah, but they're pushing them. Samsung's got.
Oh yeah. And now, of course, you've got Verizon using millimeter wave, which means you've got to be in direct line of sight. And even in his video, he talks about how trees can block it, how walls can block it, and he said he's even heard that sometimes weather can block it.
Rains.
Yes.
He said it rains. Yeah.
Yes.
So, whereas Sprint is using the mid wave, which is not as fast. It's faster than 4G, but it's not as fast as millimeter wave. But you can go, hundreds of yards away, and you've still got it. So I think Sprint is doing the better thing here. That's just my opinion.
But what also too is I think there's going to be another evolution. They're going to discover something, and meanwhile they have all this infrastructure rolled out and all these phones rolled out, And are these phones and this infrastructure they're working on, is it going to adapt to something else they discovered?
I don't think something else is going to
I really
4G to 5G did.
I think they're really rushing this.
Oh yeah, they're definitely rushing it, but I
They're-
don't think anything big will be coming. I think 5G is perfect for autonomous cars, but we're 3 or 4 years away from that, in my opinion.
No, I'm just, again, I'm like I'm okay by 4G LTE.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
doing all right.
You know why I'm okay with 4G? Because the moment you buy, let's say, Mike, you go buy, and I don't even know if they have it, they probably don't, a 5G. I didn't ever check on their site. Let's say Samsung, you go on Samsung right now and buy the 5G Note 10. Do they have an unlocked model for that?
Wait, did they put out the 5G Note 10 yet? I know the 5G S10 is out.
I'm pretty sure. Let me look. But let's say you buy that and you buy the unlocked model.
Right.
When you go to from Verizon, yeah, it's out, George. When you go from Verizon, you can't get it unlocked. It's only Verizon.
Yeah,
but let's say you have that phone. The 5G isn't going to work with T-Mobile, right?
No, it's not going to work with T-Mobile or Sprint or AT&T.
There's too much. Yeah. See,
and more. Yes, you're stuck with a carrier too.
Remember the beginning of his video. What did he show? That telephone phone was owned by Verizon.
Yeah. I mean, if that's the case, I would rather just use 4G.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, to me, I don't know. I guess it's because I don't feel like I need my phone to be that fast. I'm not doing nothing on my phone where I need it to be, like he was showing, and he showed like the download test of like PUBG, and he was saying, he was like, it's not as fast as I guess what you would imagine it would be. Like you hit the button and it's instant.
Yeah.
He was like,
but he did say you could download an entire episode of a TV show in 4 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, but see, I don't know. I don't really need that. So I mean, they can take their time for me bringing out all the companies having 5G.
Downloading PUBG fast. Well, yeah, PUBG takes forever to download.
Yeah. But
it just occurred to me. You're talking about speeds and all.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're adding another layer of priority. Like,
you're
you just think about
it again. Yeah.
So I wonder if the MVNOs are going to get knocked down a peg. If you know what I'm saying.
But I've already seen an article somewhere that one of the MVNOs is already getting ready to release some budget 5G phones. So I'm thinking if they're one of Verizon's MVNOs or Sprint's MVNOs, they'll probably.
No, it's not $1,500. It's $600.
Yeah,
that's a budget.
Now wait, I think he left. I'm not sure if he's still here. MC2 Tech Reviews. He was the one, Mike. Remember I told you he posted about going to Best Buy because he lives in our area. He had posted on Twitter about going to Best Buy and buying, I think it was the S10 5G.
Okay.
Anyway, he had a big thing where they messed up his
order.
Yeah, they messed it up some kind of way. Anyway, Verizon, I ended up telling him he had to buy a 5G plan, and
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's going to cost more, and that's what MKBHD was saying. How this is going to take years to get spread all over the country, and it's going to cost a heck of a lot of money. So that means the phone's going to cost a heck of a lot, like $1,600, like he played, and the plans are going to cost a heck of a lot.
So, Mike, when you say deprioritize, I think you are, but I gotta wonder how many people are gonna buy the 5G plan. You know what I mean? Like, I want to know, how can you even, to me, how can you sell that? Like, how can you sell somebody on buying 5G? What are you gonna tell them that's gonna make them?
Right.
Let's say your plan now is $40. 5G might be $75.
Actually, what I saw for one of Verizon's plans was $80.
So how would you even sell somebody on that? What are you gonna like? What is the life changing thing that's gonna do that you're gonna be able to sell somebody on?
You just be able to download stuff a lot faster. That's all. Or play games.
I mean,
that's crazy.
I just saw an email. See, and that's what I mean. Though there's going to be the 5G thing, and then like I just got an email from T-Mobile.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I kept it. They're offering now. Add a line to your service, and you'll get a free one. So the 4G is like it's. I think the 4G is becoming more of a
it's like a budget thing. They're like, yeah, we'll just
right,
give you 4G
right,
phone.
right.
Yeah, because I told you that they have the BOGO for the Note, but Verizon has the BOGO where if you buy the Note 5G, you get a free Note.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah?
I saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah. In other words, how much is a Note 5G, by the way?
The Note 5G is $12.99, depending on storage. If you get
That's cheaper than an S10 5G.
huh?
Isn't that cheaper than the one that Marquez has? Didn't he have the S10 Plus? It cost $1,600.
I don't know.
Yeah, he said it cost $1,600.
Yeah.
Well, this one, the Note 10 5G is $12.99.
Well, that's $300 cheaper than the S10 Plus.
I wonder if they dropped the price. Let me see. It's still that much with the Note only being that. Don't even make sense.
Look at Six's comment. Look at Six's comment, and they say why that's future proof, and the general consumer will eat it up.
Except a general consumer spend $1,300 to $1,600 for a phone that you can't even use in most places yet.
George,
they won't know it.
Both $12.99.
Oh, they're both $12.99.
Right. Anyway, yeah.
All right. So when he bought his, it was $1,600. Okay.
That's crazy.
Of course, it's crazy.
I don't know. All right.
But yeah, coming down to 12 now. So now you're talking $1,300. So 6 may be right.
Minus the $600 trade-in credit.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Now you're talking. You're just like buying a OnePlus.
Yeah, and you should be throwing Six's comment up on screen
and say why that's future proof. Yeah, that's what they'll do. They'll say it's future proof, and I mean, in a way, it kind of is. But you would have to keep your phone long enough to get the benefit.
Yeah, get the benefits. Yes.
Future, but are you going to keep your phone that long? Because by the time this stuff is generally available around the country, you will have that phone 4 years minimum. You know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if you're in one of the places, I guess where Verizon has already deployed it, I guess you're getting your money out of it. But
keep in mind, every city that they've already deployed, Chicago, you have to be only within certain blocks, and there's nothing else.
Look at RP3's comment. He said they're not sure if the radios in the first set of 5G will be compatible with the updates. Now that's
there we go. There you go.
Wait, I'm like, you know what? I see a lawsuit coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can count on that.
They're getting sued because that's crazy. Ain't no way I'm spending $1,300 on a phone and I'm paying Verizon whatever amount of money every month, and then they release an update and my phone. You know what I mean? It's
your phone is nowhere near what it should be. And I'm telling you, they're going to come out with better tech that you can do.
Not even that's good, but they're going to get sued. As soon as people find out, there's going to be a class action lawsuit. People are going to sue. They're not.
I agree.
No, somebody's going to sue because that's crazy. You think you're buying something that all you hear is 5G. They're not telling you that later on your phone. You know what I mean? That's people are going to sue.
People who are buying 5G stuff now and getting 5G plans, what are they part of? They're part of a big beta test.
Yeah, it's a good way of calling it, George. Yeah.
But George, you know what? Verizon is marketing it good, and I'm guaranteeing you when you go to the store, they're probably selling you on it.
Oh yeah, and their Verizon marketing good. I think in Dallas, Sprint, and in Kansas City, Sprint is marketing theirs good too. So yeah, they'll probably be able to sell it to some people. Like Six said,
Mike, next time you go to buy a prepaid thing, act like you want to get on Verizon and see if they try to push you to 5G.
We'll go. Wait, we'll go to Best Buy. We'll go to Best Buy too.
I want to know.
Best Buy. Oh man, the Best Buy people are the best.
Oh man, if I get time, I'm gonna go to Verizon and see what they tell me. I'm gonna act like I'm looking for service.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm looking at the news.
Call me. Really, let me see. I want to go with you.
If you're going to do that, you should. Well, for one thing, you need to report on it next week. Oh, no, because you won't be here next week. You'll be on vacation. All right, week after next. If two of you are going, one of you needs to be recording.
I want to see if they push me to get a 5G phone. That's crazy. That is crazy. I'm sure they will. If you tell them, because they're gonna be like, you might as well get the 5G for an extra $100, and we have a promo and blah. Yeah,
and ask them how much the plan is a month.
And I think the 5G has a bigger battery, right?
Yes, it does. Yes.
Yeah, he talked about that. He talked about the battery,
and he talked about how the battery had to be bigger. He said
bigger.
After doing 3 to 4 hours of testing, his phone went from 75% to I think 21%.
Yes.
3 or 4 hours.
Let me see.
So that's why the battery had to be bigger. And he said the phone was hot the entire time he used it, and he wasn't streaming anything. He was just looking at some YouTube videos and stuff like that.
Let me see. Verizon. I'm trying to see if they have the 5G plan here. Dag, I wish.
I'm playing the video real quick. He also talks about the upload, and he feels that the upload speeds were at 4G.
The upload speeds
they're not fast enough either. He said.
Well, he said the upload speeds were fast 4G, but that's all they were with 4G.
So 4G, right? It was nowhere near
download. Nothing about upload.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they're going to figure this out. They're going to figure this out just like they do with 4G.
Oh yeah, they'll improve it.
It's going to be. Meanwhile,
as he said, it's going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to put these nodes up all over the country, especially the millimeter wave like Verizon is doing, because remember he showed how you'd walk from one place and it would immediately switch from one node to the next node because you had to keep it line of sight all the time. That means every couple of blocks, at the very minimum, there's going to have to be another node put up.
Yeah. Rob's comment is a good one too. Here's a tip: don't buy any phones that have the 5G on its name. The best time to buy 5G is when it becomes nationwide. They did this with 4G phones.
And he's absolutely right.
Without doubt.
They're not going to be nationwide for a very long time. I'd say 4 or 5 years down the road.
Yeah, without a doubt. He's absolutely right with that.
Now, Sprint could be quicker because we're using that mid-range band. Sprint doesn't have to put up a separate node for every one like Verizon is doing. They're just going to all their 4Gs and just sticking it on there because the mid-band is so different.
I want to also there's talking about getting the 5G nationwide and stuff like this because everybody has their own setup, like what do you call it, millimeter waves
wave versus the mid-range stuff.
Right. I just want to compare this to when a few months back they had a problem with a pole. They were replacing the poles in here, and I mentioned this before where I had no internet. I had phone.
Oh, okay.
I had no internet because basically the transformer blew up and caught fire.
So they were only having a problem with Poles, no Czechs or Russians. Okay.
You should have saw that coming, Will.
Yeah, George.
That was rough. That was rough. Hold on. Man. Okay. Anyway, back what I was trying to say was that one thing that caught my eye was it was all Verizon's trucks there.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm on T-Mobile. So I wonder that
How did they interfere with your T-Mobile?
Well, that's it. Are they leasing the repeater that caught on fire on that pole?
Oh, good point, Mike.
Are they leasing now? You know that we talked about Xfinity and Verizon. They're in bed with each other. They're Xfinity saying they got the fastest network. Of course, they're using Verizon.
Right, but don't say Xfinity. They say Comcast. Call it what it is.
Yeah. Thank you. But what I'm saying is, it's going to get to the point where they're going to go back to. There's got to be they're working out deals. Hey, I want to get coverage here. We'll pay you X.
And you're absolutely right because the point you brought up before, or Will brought up, that if you being locked to the Verizon network and not being able to use it, well, of course it's going to have to be like 4G at some point. You're going to have to be able to use it on whoever's network.
Network, exactly. So I really think it's going to come down to that. I think it's
deals. You're right.
They're just this is sort of like VHS versus Beta. Remember? George.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but in the article that I read, I was looking up some articles about Sprints today before we started, And at the bottom of the article, it did say Sprint's plan is to eventually have the mid-range and the millimeter wave and something else. So there's different types of bands that you can have here, and Sprint is planning to have them all at some point. Now, of course, without T-Mobile, Sprint may be out of business, but we'll find out.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's really crazy.
But I think that's the only reason T-Mobile wants to buy Sprint, because they, have a leg up on some of the 5G stuff.
To some of the, yeah.
Now, Mike, you see what Rob said, right? They're going to need to frame older 2G and 3G spectrum and repurpose it to carry 5G.
It wouldn't surprise me a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if they repurpose it, let's hope they do it right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mike, what I'm wondering is, I know you love T-Mobile, but just like
so do I.
On you too, George. On the podcast, they were saying that T-Mobile kind of slacked off of their whole thing, where they were basically the disruptor. Like now,
right?
Before they had they have 2 plans, and
yeah.
Now they
want to force everybody else to go to cheaper plans too.
Right.
But now I think they have a couple different plans. You know what I mean? So they're gonna raise their prices.
Well, and see, that's part of this deal with Sprint. Their problem is, well, we won't raise any prices for 3 years, and everybody's worried that okay, now they let them merge, and 3 years later, bam, they're going to hit everybody with a big.
They ain't getting anywhere fast right now.
Because
if you think about it,
it's kind of in between. I think it's 50-50 still, like I said in my article last week.
Because Mike, remember how I told you they wanted almost $80 from me for one line. That's just as expensive as everybody else.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like everybody's, but okay, for one line, $80, and then if you get 2 lines, all of them do the same thing. If I get 2 lines with Verizon, it's cheaper too.
Okay.
So it's like right now they're just like everybody else.
What would 3 lines cost you?
Let me see.
It's really a 4-line setup while they get the best deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them, but that's what I'm saying. All of them are doing that. Before, T-Mobile was kind of like, even 1 line, you were, you know what I mean? You were getting a deal.
Cheaper than the others.
Yeah, now it's, let me see. All right, George, what do you have? Okay, see, you have a different one. They have Magenta Plus, Essential. So let's try Plus, because I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what the differences are. Let me see. Yeah, see, 4 lines with auto pay is one. Well, let me see. It says for 4 lines with auto pay, and the 3rd line is on us. It's $170 a month.
Okay.
Which is, it's, I don't know. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure that's like comparable to what everybody else.
Like it's comparable to everybody else. Yeah.
Yeah, they're so it's only going to get worse.
Yeah. I think the only reason I pay so much cheaper is because I've been there a while. But if I were a new customer, I'd be paying through the nose.
Yeah. Which, I mean, to me, that's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of aggravating. Not aggravating, but it's messed up.
Because they changed what they were to be like everybody else.
They were the ones that were like pushing it, making it better. Now it's going to be like it was
before John Legere got there.
Yeah, well, it's just going to be the 3 networks, and you're just going to pick where you want to go based on service, because they're all going to be the same price.
Yeah.
Like, to me, I don't see no benefit of going with T-Mobile over anybody else now, because the price, I guess if you got it early, like
already as a benefit, but as a new customer, they may not be in it.
Yeah, like if you got it early, like when you got on Mike or when you got it George, it made sense. But now that they, the merger is good, they're like, we're good now.
Yeah, well, the merger hasn't happened yet. I still think it's 50-50 profit. There's an awful lot of politicians on both sides of the aisle that are against this merger, so who knows?
Yeah.
And even in it, if you read my article, even within the FCC, well, yeah, the boss is saying, well, let's get this deal done, but there are people on the board who say no, who object to it. So it doesn't seem like anybody's agreeing here.
Yeah, because I mean, Mike, I swore I was going to T-Mobile. But now it's like it comes down to service, and their service isn't like, for me, even if their service was just okay, you know what I mean? And the price was cheaper than everybody else, but it's not. It's the same. But I would have just got it for me, right?
You're still considering Visible for the whole family, I mean?
Yeah, I mean, no, but let's say my wife's job, T-Mobile is a no-go. So let's say for me, I was like, all right, I'm going to switch to T-Mobile because their service is all right and they're a lot cheaper. But it's like their service isn't as good as everybody else's, for me anyway.
Oh, see, it is here.
And it's not much cheaper. So it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
It might be $5 less. It's not.
But then, like we talked about before, and that's where the MVNOs they're pretty much cannibalizing T-Mobile. Because like we had the Simple Mobile line.
$40.
What was it? $40 for unlimited,
I got
or
3 months? 3 months for I'm paying $60 for 3 months now because I got so many.
on Visible, yeah, Visible. So that's what I mean, though. But and you got Visible too. Visible's going to do a heck of a job here in our area.
You got Visible, you got Simple Mobile, you got
Look, I just saw in one of those articles we were just talking about. The little ad pops up. You got Metro by T-Mobile, 2 lines for $80, and you get Amazon Prime.
Right.
You get Amazon Prime too.
And Amazon Prime costs basically $119 a year. So that's
right.
Yeah.
For unlimited for $80 for 2. That's not a bad deal.
Not bad, especially with Prime.
Yeah, so
sounds like a Prime deal to me.
But a bum.
No, I'm saving it because I'm thinking if Will ends up putting the whole family on Visible to AT&T, he will now be invisible.
There you go, George. Hit the drum, George. Hit the drum. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just like Gary Brown is saying. But that's the thing. People aren't going to switch to that though because they still think that they're getting a better deal through the carrier, making those monthly payments.
Yeah, and I still go with most of the time I buy an unlocked phone.
And I mean, you're not getting a better deal. You're kind of getting screwed because you're paying. Yeah, I don't know.
You're paying monthly, and you're paying.
Well, no, you're paying for the phone monthly. Yeah, you're paying taxes monthly. But to me, the bigger problem is with any of the. I guess not with T-Mobile so much. You're paying that access fee. To me, that's what.
Yeah, with T-Mobile,
$5, 20.
Well, you don't pay that with T-Mobile.
You don't, yeah.
Right.
T-Mobile is I don't know. You do, but you don't. I guess they kind
of. That's my guess.
They're putting it in there just like everybody else is.
I'm gonna check this out tomorrow. This get an add a line, get one free, just to see what the gimmick is. I'm just curious what they got.
What T-Mobile?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I told you, Mike. My mom pays. She got when I got her on T-Mobile, she got an iPhone. Well, 2 iPhone XRs, 64 gig, I think they are, with a trade-in of an iPhone 6 Plus.
Right. Plus. You got a good deal on it.
And it was basically we trade in that phone, they give us one free, and her bill is like $78 a month.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And that's it. And that's for 2 phones.
Mm-hmm. You gotta also find the best time to make the switch.
Go on, yeah.
Too, you know what I mean? And you guys see if they're going to offer you anything to make to port a number.
That's what you two guys are kind of both pretty good at.
You know what though? I see T-Mobile, and I don't know if it's still this way. Even a couple of years ago, they were more interested in getting Verizon customers. Mm-hmm. If you were a Verizon customer, they had all kind of deals for you.
They were getting Verizon customers like
that. That's how they got us. That's how they got us in 2014.
They even had like a program. It was called like "Get Out of the Red" or something like that. Where if you were coming from Verizon, they had big deals for you.
Yeah,
but yeah, just like Gary said, buy unlock phones and go wherever you want for your service. That's better because you can jump around.
Yep.
Will, you gotta get on T-Mobile. You get your T-Mobile Tuesday stuff, okay?
As long as you get the right phone, that's the thing.
Now, Gary Brown is saying these carriers just want you on that network as long as possible, and that's true because that means you're paying something every month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're getting ready to start pressing up against Team 100.
Are they going on tonight?
Yeah, they are. Whose channel are they on? I saw it on Telegram.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if BG's going to be on tonight. Let me ask Rob. Rob, whose channel are y'all going to be on tonight?
Because BG hadn't been on in a long. That's the first time I had seen BG last week in a long time.
This should be a good stream too, because I think a couple of them got the new, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta ask them. First question we gotta ask them is how many people asked them for the Fortnite skin?
Oh yeah, right.
Did they do that again? Did they?
I don't know. I don't know.
But they drove us crazy last go round, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Now I know in a couple weeks it'll be iPhone, and then Pixel will be pulling up the rear.
Whoa. Got IFA. Got IFA before the iPhone, I think.
When is it?
IFA is the first week of September.
6th or 8th of September, yeah.
Yeah, well, I haven't, like you said, Mike, earlier, I haven't really heard much about.
I've seen a couple of articles on IFA. Somebody has got something new on IFA. Let's see.
I haven't really heard much.
Friday, September 6th to Wednesday, September 11th.
Okay.
Oh wow! So when is the iPhone event? They're right up with the eye. They might.
Yeah, but I haven't heard anything for a keynote. Let me Google it.
Oh, who's keynote? No, I just had that up there and I clicked out of
it. Android stud sold all my Fortnite skins. Good free.
I'm still praying for your wife, by the way, Leo. Just want to let you know.
Free money. Yeah.
Facts and figures.
Keynote.
Yeah, well, Team 100 will be on tonight. I don't know whose channel. Let me see if they dropped it in Telegram. I saw they were going to be on. Oh, okay, you dropped it too, Mike.
Yeah, I asked.
Coffee. They're crazy. You see the GIF, Mike? They're crazy.
Yeah.
They are really crazy. Oh God.
Richard Yu delivers the IFA opening keynote 2019. Oh no, I'm looking at. Why does that say April 27th? That doesn't make sense. Oh, September. It looks like it's going to be Richard Yu.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's get out of here, y'all. I guess that's it.
All right.
Got everything. See y'all. I guess in 2 weeks. But Mike and George will be on next week.
Next week we're on Simply Your Device, Mike's channel.
Mike's channel. Okay. Hope everybody has a good week. Mike, you want to give your outro?
Hey, what helped on
Yeah.
I was like, I go, what the heck? I was doing something. Anyway, hey. Yeah. I was just recreating Hangouts on air,
Yeah.
Let me make the picture fuzzy. Here, wait a minute. Here we go. Get that. All right. There we go. Listen, I'm Mike Dixon, Simply Device. Next week on my channel, Labor Day weekend. Woo! There we go.
Working hard at it. Okay.
That's right. We're going to have another good stream.
Exactly.
And I'm going to find some poor sucker to take his Will's chair right over here. Okay. So, look out for me.
As long as you're willing.
Yeah. Please be willing. So,
yeah.
1,000.
And
what's
George,
that?
You at 3,000 yet?
I am at 2,996.
How many?
2,996.
Oh, I'm about to make some accounts and get you to 3,000.
Hey, I need one to get it 800.
I could have. Yeah. There you go. I could have dropped back one or two too. So.
Hey, Tech 3Ds, check out the replay, and everybody hit this thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up on this video and get the word out, share it, and yeah, you can always catch the replay, right, Will?
Yeah.
Everybody, get Will up to 75. 75.
72.
Get Mike over 800 and get me to 3,000.
We need Mike at 1,000 so he could do his car vlog.
Exactly. We missed those.
That's the deal. If you get to 1,000, you got to do a car vlog.
All right.
That's going to be your celebratory thing. You got to do a car vlog.
I'm at 2,994, so I'm 6 away.
Now, Mike, it don't have to be on your lunch break, but you got to do it.
Oh, okay. I see how it's playing out.
You could do it going to work and coming from work sometimes, right, Mike?
Yeah, I did one time. I was sitting in traffic. I'm like, oh, okay, put it on there.
Exactly.
There you go.
All right. Anyway, I'm MobileGeezer. You know who I am. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and my website is mobilegeezer.wordpress.com. And I got an article out this week. I'll try to keep it up. And so next week we're on Mike's Simply Your Device, and the following week we'll be on my channel again, and we'll have Will back.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
All right.
Everybody
have a good night. Have a great weekend, and God bless.
Let me see. Did they post where they're at yet?
I thought I saw RP3.
Okay. Yeah, I think they're on RP3's channel.
All right. So RP3 Tech Reviews, 10 o'clock. Well, we're there now.
Yeah. Let's get out of here, guys.
All right.
Good night.
All right. See you.